What's up, everyone? Rob here to rob you of your time. So, I'm going to go over all of the zero cycle clears I got for the MOC for patch 2.6, 2.7. Now, the health inflation of these latest patches have been pretty bad, so I actually couldn't zero cycle until I got Fugue. So now that I have Fugue, I'm able to zero cycle both sides. So I'm going to do some explaining about some of the clears I did for both sides. This is all going to be done in one take, and I will probably make some speaking mistakes, so please forgive that. I don't have an editor, and I'm not going to edit the video. The clear copies of the video I have posted on YouTube. You can check in the description below. I will link them if you just want to watch that without any commentary. I'm going to do commentary and stop and let you know points where it would fail, or oh, this had to go right here, or some place I got lucky on, and other things that you might not notice on the clear. Okay, so let's start, and also maybe some reasonings why I did some stuff. So let's start with the Yunli Robin Sparkle, or I call her Hanabi, Tingyun Clear. So this is Yunli Sustainless, and the only reason we can go Sustainless is because Yunli's skill gives her health back. So I figured if I just had Yunli take the brunt of the attacks, then what could happen is I could just recover that health with her skill and go all the way to the end. So let's see how it goes. So first, of course, I do everyone's skill. Technique. It doesn't really matter because I'm not going to break any of the enemies. So it doesn't matter if I do the lightning attack. I immediately activate Tingyun here because we have Dance Dance Dance. So everyone's action gets advanced forward. Okay, Robin's skill, Hanabi's Tingyun skill. So Tingyun is on the Sacerdote set, which is the Sunday relic set. So she will give Yunli an extra, I believe, 18% crit damage if she activates her skill or ult targeting Yunli. So I will be doing that a lot at certain timings. Okay, Hanabi doing the usual. I activate right away here to get the damage in. Okay, so here, he hits Robin, and then he hits Yunli and Hanabi on the side. Usually, if he doesn't hit Yunli, I restart. But because he hit Yunli here, then I just kept going. Sometimes he hits only Yunli and Robin, but Hanabi took a little bit of splash damage. But again, she's pretty tanky, so this little bit of damage isn't too big of a deal. And that will hit everybody, and she will counter that. So we get two counters here. Tingyun just does a basic attack here. So one nice part about the Dance 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 is it allowed Robin to advance forward enough where she can do a basic and we get an extra skill point. We activate ult for the bonus skill points and the bonus damage. I have her at E1, so it's going to be an extra 40% attack as well. So that's a pretty big thing. Now the next Yunli skill I do here is going to activate the sanction mode. So you'll see, oh, it activated sanction mode. Activate Robin, so that way I go ahead of their go ahead. So I'll activate Tingyun here, because when she's at 1 dot, then I just put her up to 3. So now Yunli's got the extra 18% attack boost and crit damage. Again, activate here. Here, what we're going to end up doing is I want to take the first hit from the sanction mode dude. So I will just, do basic attack for the skill point. This first hit has to hit Yunli or I restart. Because she can tank it. So she will take it. And it'll be a little bit of extra damage here. Okay, now I'm going to do her ult. Because the next attack that the sanction mode guy does would stun otherwise. But because she has 100% effect res, she will not get stunned here. And, of course, she has enough to tank it. And now, I want this last dude to hit me and have her counter that so she gets a little bit of meter from that. And then that exact counter, the very last hit kills. you're thinking, oh, why didn't you use Tingyun ult? That's such a waste. Because I want to save it for after I activate Hanabi ult. And I need to be able to do 3 ults in a row with Yunli. So we're going to have to wait a little bit. So here we'll do the trick where we activate ult first and then we skill. And then we activate Tingyun ult to give the crit damage again. So she should have double the crit damage from the ult and the skill from the turn before. And then we just do 3 ults in a row here. All while in Welcome to My World mode, so that way we get as much damage as we possibly can. And one nice part is generally when Svarog does the delay, it really makes a big difference. But here, because he's hitting Yunli with it, it's okay. And now we have a ton of skill points, and Tingyun can activate her skill, targeting Yunli. She's going to do it mostly because she wants the meter. Okay, and then get that up to 7. That's why I waited a turn. Activate Robin's skill so we can get really close to going to Welcome to My World. And we have just enough to be able to get Yunli's skill, activate her ult to counter the missiles. After he does the missiles, Robin is going to have enough meter to do Welcome to My World again. So we immediately mash that. So he's only got 12% left. So if you look at the bars, Tingyun is going first, so she can attack, give Yunli the meter. Yunli can do an ult right now, so it will activate before the cycle ends, and then I just attack. And that's the 0 cycle with Yunli. So a few things have to go right. It's mostly just they have to target Yunli at the right times. But aside from that, as long as everything kills at the right time and we get the bars done at the right time, and Yunli's ult does kind of have like this bounce effect. So if for some reason, like after 3 ults, the guy on the side isn't dead, he's probably going to kill one of my characters and I can't finish the run. So that's the Yunli one. Since we're on Svarog, I will just do the Feixiao run next. Okay, so we're running March, Hanabi, Robin, and Feixiao. Again, sustainless. So this one is a little more challenging because we don't have a Yunli type thing where we can take the damage. So here, I do March ult, and I'm doing it before I activate Robin and before I do Hanabi. If I do it afterwards, Feixiao will do a bit more damage. However, as you'll see at the end of the cycle, if she does that little bit of damage, then I actually lose a skill point from it, and I lose an attack. So I'm actually doing this on purpose. Feixiao will do about 13k here, and if I do it after I activate Robin and Hanabi, she'll do like 22k. So it's about a 10k damage difference, which doesn't seem like a lot, but everything is like pretty much perfectly calculated here because Feixiao and March's crit is either 100% or very close. I know that Feixiao's is at above 100% with Hanabi. So I completely skipped over an important thing here. So here, so as you can see, I have this this whole thing planned out where I get exactly enough to be able to break the dude before he goes into sanction mode. So we don't even have to deal with sanction mode. Now, this next attack. Robin absolutely needs to get hit because she needs to activate her ult. As you can see, we have 62, 66, and 77 kind of, I forgot what they're called, like activation points or whatever, until their next attack. So what that means is if I activate Robin now, I will actually get an extra turn after the Welcome to My World. So that's why she needs to get hit here. So she gets hit here, and I immediately Welcome to My World. They all get boosted up to 0. Because they all get their immediate extra turn. Or full action advance, rather. Now, this will do 5.3 million, or 530,000. And this is always going to do about this much because of her 100% crit rate. So because I know exactly how much this is going to do, the skill will always end at exactly the last Feixiao follow-up attack here. And now I just do March, do the skill, and I have enough to be able to do the follow-up attack here, which will leave the opponent at just enough life that that last March hit will do her basic attack and kill the thing. If I had 10k extra damage and the thing died, I would actually lose a skill point and lose 1 tick of Feixiao ult, and March would actually lose 1 tick of her thing that lets her get an extra turn. And this will come into play later, and I'll explain it a little bit more in the next cycle. And I activated ult there just in case. The ult that March does here doesn't really matter. It can't target Svarog though, because if I break him too early, he's not going to be able to do the attack that will let me get enough meter for Robin. So I'll just toss it out at the dude on the side. So March is at 6 out of 7 right now. So when I activate Feixiao, targets Svarog. Just doing this for good measure. Targets Svarog here. 4 attacks are going to happen. So now March is at 10, right? So because she's at 10, she has the maximum of 10. So if I do Feixiao ult first here, March will stay at 10. So I have to save that because it's going to come into play later. Okay, and then this gives exactly enough pretty much to kill the dude. Like that ult, the attack, and this ult. So now here, he's going to do an attack that will delay whoever it hits. If it hits Feixiao, that's okay because Hanabi will bring her back up. If it hits Robin, that's okay because her turn, her speed doesn't matter. She's just, no matter if she's delayed or not, she is going at the next, when her ult ends. If it hits Hanabi or March, which it did many times, then the run is immediately reset. Okay, so it hit Robin there, so of course we can keep it. Okay, we activate skill. So we have enough skill points, and you'll see that when he does his big missile attack that she will get enough meter to ult. So this is a good sign. Okay, and then we need to do a little more damage to Svarog though, because as it is, he's still got a little too much health. Okay, so now he's going to do missiles. So we activate Robin here, of course. And now the little hand dude isn't even going to get a chance to attack. Of course. And now we just throw it all at Svarog. So, as you can see, March has 1 last attack left after this, which will give her exactly enough to be able to do her advanced attack. So if she had 1 less tick, she would not be able to do this attack, and we would not be able to clear this at a 0 cycle. So that's why, like, all of the things I did, like why I did Feixiao ult after having her at this point, because I needed to make sure she was at exactly 7 here, and that actually gave her an extra tick from the cycle before. So ending with the basic attack against this enemy actually is extremely important because it puts her at 5. So what happens is actually puts her at 6 for some reason because of Feixiao ult. So what actually happens is if she's at 5 here, it's weird that, like, if I do Feixiao skill, March will immediately go into her mode. But if she's at 6, she'll, for some reason, do her follow-up attacks here. So 7, she won't stop here. She'll continue and do that follow-up attack, which will let Feixiao do her next follow-up attack. But if she was at 5, which would be if she didn't get that last basic, it would be Feixiao would do these 2 hits, hit, and then March would do like the, oh, I've got it thing. It's really weird how that works, and I'm not exactly sure why, but it ends up with me not having enough damage and not getting enough things correct to be able to get the clear. Because, again, she won't have enough to be able to get this last enhanced basic. So a lot of very, very small, precise calculations went into doing things so that way we can maximize every little possibility we can. And yeah, the 3 main spots that we restart are if Robin does not get hit here, we have to restart because we need her to ult here so I can get as many turns as possible. If I can't kill with the last kick, like if I kill, like if I do kick and then super and I kill, like that's okay. But I actually like having the super just in case for some reason this dude on the right doesn't die after Feixiao ult. This gives a little bit of extra damage, so he's not left at like a pixel and potentially kills one of my characters. And then the third most important part, well, the second important part is this shot here, because it says action delayed. So if an action delays Hanabi, then she goes all the way down and we can't get all those extra hits. If an action delays March, same thing. We lose in attack, essentially. Feixiao was okay because, again, Hanabi brings her up, but... So those are the few things that need to go correct. And then obviously just like nobody dying because, yeah, everyone does take a bunch of damage and become very close to dying. And also you can't break Svarog before he does the missiles. Otherwise it'll go to the next cycle. And we need the missiles to do Welcome to My World here. Okay, so that's the first side. I have the character builds linked to a Metal TV post. You can check that out later. I'm not going to do that right now. Now I'm going to go over the second half. So the second half, I cleared it with... I'll do my Firefly one first. So this... before I got Fugue, I had some trouble with this. I just didn't get enough break in. I didn't get enough damage in. But now that I have E2 Fugue, thank you to the Christmas gods who blessed my pulls, this boss is a cinch. I think this was like the second playthrough and I accidentally messed up like one button and I had to restart, but this only took 2 tries, whereas like the Feixiao one, that took hundreds of retries to finally figure out exactly how to get things 100% correct. And I have to switch around like some artifacts or relics, I mean, because like I need Feixiao to have a little more crit here and I need her to have a little bit of this, and oh, one of Ting Yung's sets relics are really good, so I'm putting that on Robin for this one. But usually I have Robin on the Penacony one because I use her with Yunli, so it's like blah, 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 blah. A bunch of stuff. Okay, next. Anyways, this one's super easy. I'm not going to spend too long on it, though. Because it's just Firefly doing Firefly things. Firefly's E2, Fugue is E2. So you're just going to see a lot of... just huge damage from breaking. That's all. One important thing that I'm going to do in this is you'll notice that I don't kill the opponent when I could. So what I'm doing is I'm letting Linsha get meter here, so she has it for the next wave. And now I'm activating Firefly. So what I want to do is make sure I don't kill both of these guys. Because if I kill both of them... So this is where the explanation gets a little long. So E2 Firefly, let me stop it at a really good point, where it shows the extra hit. So here, she's breaking the opponent. Bam, extra turn. So she gets an extra turn if she breaks or kills an opponent at E2. So she's getting the extra turn, but it doesn't happen every single turn. It happens every other turn. So she gets this set of extra turns, and then on her next turn, even if I break something or kill something, she doesn't get an extra turn. And then the one after that, it's okay. This carries over through waves. So if I kill the opponents here, my first Firefly action on the next wave, she won't get an extra turn. So it's actually more beneficial for me to wait, go to Firefly's next turn here, and this is the one that won't get an extra turn no matter what. And then it'll allow me my next Firefly action to get the extra turn. So it's a little confusing, but that's the reason why I'm purposely not killing the opponents here. Okay, and then Fugue can just do a basic attack here. It's safe, it's not going to kill. And now Firefly can feel free to kill them because she would not get an extra turn here. So it's kind of like actually wasting her non-extra turn and throwing it away on this first cycle. Kind of like how I did the basic attack with Linsha just so she would get a little bit of meter, just kind of in preparation for the second wave. But after the second wave, I don't do the like purposeful like mistiming things anymore because you want to pretty much get this extra turn every time. Activate Fugue right away because she gets energy when things are broken, so I want her to use her ult, and if I do it right here, Dance 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 activates, brings everything forward. I'm going to call it Dance Dance Dance. It's actually her Eidolon too, but it has pretty much the same effect as Dance Dance Dance, where after she uses her ult, all of your allies get action advanced forward by 24% or something. So that's why I did it. Okay. And then I activate Linsha because just getting as many things broken as possible before Firefly comes in means that Firefly is going to be able to hit opponents when they're super broken. And this is actually going to kill, and she gets her extra turn here. So now I can go into this next cycle with an extra turn. I'm going after this dude on the left here because I can actually fully break him. Even if I attacked the big dinosaur in the middle with her skill, it wouldn't break them, so I would just be losing out on damage that I could get. So we're actually just going to get some damage here. Even if it's not a ton, it's something. And then, yeah, attack with Fugue. Ron May can kind of go wherever. And then always just skill with Linsha. We have enough skill points. Okay, so now Firefly is not going to get an extra turn no matter what. So I want to break that TV guy so it doesn't steal my meter. Okay, Bunny does a ton of damage. Okay, Fugue, and I can do Fugue ult, which you want to do as fast as possible to get your guys advanced forward. Linsha skill. So if you look, the middle dude still has a little bit of bar left. So Firefly, breaking this counts as breaking something, so she will get an extra turn from that. Which she doesn't really need because they're going to be at 1% anyways, and Fugue's next attack would have killed, but yeah. And that's the Firefly 0 cycle. It's pretty easy. I have the builds here. I will just let it play through, I guess. Feixiao. 90% crit rate. I always have any character that I have with Hanabi, because she gives 10% crit rate, I try not to overcap on crit rate. So, yep, Hanabi, 230, 162 speed, just 2-piece speed set, and Keel, E1. Robin is using the event light cone, and this is what I said, she's borrowing Ting Yung's planar. So she's using the one where she gets energy regen and attack to the first character. When she's on Penacony, it gives 10% damage increase to characters of the same type, which is great when I'm using her with Yunli, because Yunli gets a 10% damage bonus from that. But since I'm not using Yunli on this team, and Ting Yung is not being used, here I'm taking Ting Yung's set and putting it on Robin, and switching that around for a bit. Because it's like, otherwise, I would do like barely not enough damage on a couple of the things, and I was just trying to streamline things as much as possible to get exactly the right amount of damage to get the 0 cycle. Because as you saw, like there were some points when it was like, oh, too much damage is actually bad. Oh yeah, so she's got March is on Topaz's light cone. I had to borrow that because it's just more damage than her regular one. And she's at 84 crit rate, which brings her to 94 crit rate with Hanabi, which is not 100%, but it's kind of good enough because her damage isn't as important as Feixiao's. Like, she will do a chunk of damage, but if it's crit rating 94% of the time and like one little hit misses, that's fine. Okay, and I've got her on Musketeer and Arena at E6, of course. Okay, Firefly is, I just have not felt like I needed her light cone. I feel like she does enough damage with the Eon light cone, and I have her at E2, and that's just so much more important. Okay, Fugue. I got really lucky on my Fugue pulls. She has 185 break effect, 68.2 effect hit rate. So she's with Ron May and with her planar ornament thing, she'll have enough break effect to be able to activate her trace. But if possible, I want to get this up to 200, just so if she's with Ron May alone, just the two of them, then it will always activate. But, you know. And yeah, I have two copies of her light cone because in the 10 pull I got, they showed up one right after the other. Ron May, I pulled her light cone a long time ago just because I was like, okay, well, I want Ron May's light cone because I don't want to have to pull 5 more copies of Memories of the Past. And I was using my other copy on Harmony Trailblazer, which I ended up not using at all now, so. But I think I got it in like 20-something pulls, so it wasn't even like a waste. It was like, oh, I'm actually glad that because I got it in 20-something pulls, that I got it, that I went for it, you know. Won the 75-25, so. Now is the fun one. I'm going to do a no Firefly, no Rappa, DPS Linsha clear. Linsha is going to be my main damage dealer here. And I'm going to zero cycle this boss. It is so much fun. So here we go. Yeah, these first couple turns are just whatever. I save Fugue ult and Linsha ult for the second wave. So she's going to get her ult up, but I don't need to use it because I'm just going to kill everything with Linsha. I will use Trailblazer ult because she gets it really quickly. And it acts at... And she's got Dance 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 S5 on. So she will constantly just be getting it up again. Like, she already got her ult up again. And yeah, like, that already just did enough to obliterate. And now we've got all 3 of them up with their ult. We do Fugue first, because, again, Fugue gets damage from... Or she gets energy from when enemies are broken, and she advances everyone forward. So you want to use it when everyone is still at more than, you know, single digits before it's their next turn. Action value, I believe it's called. So I'm going to do... So I'll do this, and then I will also do Trailblazer to boost them up even more, and then Linsha ult. And let's just see how much damage that does. But yeah, we just want to get everyone advanced forward a ton, so we just get enough turns to be able to actually kill with Linsha. Okay, that's 50% right there. My healer does 50% life. Excellent. Nice little attack here. That was 15%. That was also pretty good, actually. No complaints. And this is also going to do a nice chunk of damage. Another 12%. Yep, Linsha skill into DDD. Because now everyone's action, again, advanced forward. So Fugue will skill here on Linsha again. So now everyone is at full again, so Ron May can activate. So we now have 3 skill points, which is good. That's one nice part about Ron May. I feel like I have no reason not to do skill here, you know. Linsha skill. So one important thing here is I absolutely need to do Fugue ult right away. Otherwise they're going to steal my meter. So that brought everyone up. Ron May hits wherever. Again, do this just to advance everyone forward. That's at like 20%. And Linsha is going to have enough where I do skill into ult and I win. Oh, or just skill is going to do 30% life. My healer did 1,000,000 damage with her skill. My healer. So those are the 0 cycle clears. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. It's just insane to see the damage that you can get with an abundance character. She's an abundance character. She's a healer. And she got over 1,000,000 damage. Like some of my strongest DPSs cannot hit a number like that. But a single skill from my healer hit that much. And look at, and everyone's life is all going up, and she's gonna have ultimate so she can actually do her ult 2 for even more damage, and that also shreds defense of her light cone and everything. Like, yes, obviously, it's because Fugue is super cracked, as well as Linsha being cracked, as well as just like Ron May being broken and DDD just advancing forward enough to be able to get this many turns. But still, the fact that I could do this, again, I love to emphasize that she's my healer. By the way, so my healer did a bunch of damage. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Again, if you want to watch the videos and not have my stupid voice and my stupid VTuber face in the way of things, please check out the videos in the description below and come talk to me on Discord. All right, thanks. Take care. Peace.